Star Wars. One of the best universes ever created, arguably the best universe to ever be put on the big screen. December 18th, 2015, Star Wars The Force Awakens was released into theaters. People went crazy for it. It had been 30 plus years since the last Star Wars movie was put out into theaters. Okay, they did have the prequels, but let's face it, that trilogy was terrible. The only good things that we really got out of that trilogy was Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got a halfway decent backstory on the Emperor Darth Sidious, and we got some really cool lightsaber battles. That was about it. Other than that, it was terrible. Jar Jar, bad, really bad.
Don't do that again.
So The Force Awakens comes out, and people obviously are going crazy. The internet is blowing up with questions, theories, what's happening. Everybody's freaking out. And obviously, with big questions for The Force Awakens, with these new characters, people are wanting to know who these people are, what are they doing, and all these questions and theories are popping up. Obviously, one of the questions, who is Snoke? Today, I'm going to give you my top 5 on who Snoke could be. Now, these are based on theories that I have read throughout the internet. It's not going to be so much who I really think is going to be the most plausible of who Supreme Leader Snoke could be. It's going to be more what theory is the most interesting. Obviously, a lot of this top 5, a lot of people on anybody's list, there are going to be some big negatives on why this person cannot be Supreme Leader Snoke. Some honorable mentions, though, before I get into the top 5. Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker's father, Darth Bane, future Kylo Ren, and Grand Moff Tarkin. Now, just because these guys aren't in my top 5, my personal top 5, does not mean that it couldn't be them. The theories weren't as interesting to me. I didn't feel like that it clicked as far as what I saw for Supreme Leader Snoke. So, getting into my top 5. My number 5, Darth Sidious. Now, I know what you're thinking. Episode 6, this guy is dead.
Pay the price for your lack of vision.
Darth Vader threw him down in this big freaking hole, and he's gone. Now, what if he survived? You didn't exactly see him die. I know he fell in, all of a sudden there's a big explosion, and okay, he's gone, but let's say, for argument's sake, he did survive. Could he have lived this long? Could he be Snoke? Now, in this top 5, we have to assume, obviously, if there are 5 people, some of them obviously have to be people that we've heard of before, that we've seen in the lore. If you've never heard of them, if they're brand new characters or whatever, obviously it's not going to be a top 5. We're not going to have anybody to discuss. So we have to assume that these people have been seen in either the movies, books, in the lore of Star Wars. They have to be known by people. My number 4. Darth Maul. Now, there's a theory on this that I will post below that I've seen on YouTube that argues that Darth Maul could very well be Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, I know if you mainly just watch the movies, you watch the prequel, you watch Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, you're like, Darth Maul's dead. No, he did not die. He is actually still alive. He's alive in Rebels and Clone Wars, the animated series. I know he got cut in half, but he survived, and guess what? He got robotic legs. if you compare the voices of Darth Maul in Episode 1 and Supreme Leader Snoke, their voices are very similar.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Leading them to the last Jedi.
The Jedi.
Jedi.
They have a very calm, low voice that matches very well as far as the two speaking, and kind of suggests that, you know what, it could be a possibility. Now, not likely, but it is possible. My number 3, and actually I find this theory to be the most intriguing out of all of them, but this is probably the one that almost everybody says there's no way that this is possible. My number 3, Mace Windu. Now, Episode 3, Return of the Sith, you see a battle between Mace Windu and the Emperor, Darth Sidious. If Anakin Skywalker did not interfere with this battle, I believe Mace Windu would have beat Darth Sidious, but that's not the case. Anakin Skywalker cut off Mace Windu's hand, and that gave Darth Sidious the opportunity to hit him with the Force Lightning, and there went Mace Windu with the cut off arm, falling to his apparent death. What if he survived? Okay, he got hit with the Force Lightning. Now, when Darth Sidious tried hitting him with the Force Lightning the first time, you saw Mace Windu blocked it with his lightsaber and reflected it back on to Darth Sidious. Now, you saw it made his face super pale, really deformed and everything. Now, what if that same thing happened to Mace Windu? If he fell, survived, we've seen plenty of people survive with cut off arms. Plenty of people have fallen huge heights in Star Wars and have survived easily. Now, we have also seen plenty of people get hit by Force Lightning. Actually, nobody has died by Force Lightning as far as it being obviously shown. So, assuming that Mace Windu did live through the Force Lightning, the fall, and getting his hand cut off, if he lived, could he be Supreme Leader Snoke? Now, there's a ton of controversy on this. Tons of people say there's no way. But assuming him getting hit by the Force Lightning, the same thing happened that happened to Darth Sidious, his face got real pale, he got all deformed and everything, it could very well give Mace Windu a similar look to what Supreme Leader Snoke looks like in The Force Awakens. Now, my number 2, Darth Plagueis. This is one that I really find interesting that I think could very well be true on this. And actually, in this top 5, this is probably, as far as characters go, could be the most plausible because we know so little about Darth Plagueis. Now, in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, you find the Emperor and Anakin Skywalker in an opera together talking, and the Emperor starts talking to Anakin about...
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Darth Plagueis was so powerful that he could cheat death because of his metachlorians. His metachlorian count was so high that he could actually put a stopper in death. Also, in the story, you find out that the apprentice kills Darth Plagueis. Now, later on, we find out that Darth Sidious is actually the apprentice of Darth Plagueis, and so that means Darth Sidious learned everything that Plagueis knew and then killed him.
Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
What if Darth Sidious did not actually kill Darth Plagueis? What if Darth Plagueis, again, cheated death and lived? Also, one of the things with Darth Plagueis that fits so well with Snoke that doesn't fit with the other guys that I've previously mentioned is height. Number 5, 4, and 3, they do not have the appearance, as far as height goes, of Snoke, whereas Plagueis is known, his species is known for being very tall, the head being elongated, and could quite possibly be a similar height Snoke compared to Darth Plagueis? If we were going to take a character that is already previously known from lore, this would be the character to throw in there as Snoke. My number one, and what I find actually to be the most plausible, the most interesting I feel, is Snoke is Snoke. He's somebody new, completely new. With it being somebody new, that brings big questions in. First, can we trust somebody completely new with the new Star Wars trilogy? When you go to the prequels, you're relying on the whole Vader story and the whole Emperor story. You already had villains that were already put into the story. It's just you were watching them build up. You were learning about their lore, their background. Now, yes, you did have some new guys like Darth Maul, Count Dooku. You know, you had people that maybe the moviegoers did not know as much about, but you still had Darth Vader and Darth Sidious there to help the story and still have them as the big people in the movie. So when you go to the original trilogy, the movies are just starting out. You don't have to have people who you already know about really, and you're learning about these people as you go. When you go to brand new movies, you're interested by learning about the new characters, whereas possibly when you go all the way to movie 7, The Force Awakens, a lot of people may be wanting to see people that they already know about compared to risking the movies with brand new characters that may just be complete duds. Also, if this person's brand new and it's not somebody that you already know about, is he Sith? Because according to Darth Bane, there can only be two. You have the Master and the Apprentice. If there is this random Sith out there, who did he learn from? You know, did Darth Vader have an apprentice that I didn't really know about? Or was this a secret Jedi that's already been living that we didn't know about that turned bad? You really don't quite know if this is a new person, how they learned the ways of the Force. How is he able to train Kylo Ren when he's not Sith or Jedi? Obviously, if it's somebody brand new, there's endless possibilities, so it's really kind of hard to argue the positives and the negatives of it. That is my top 5 on most intriguing people that could be Supreme Leader Snoke. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want me to talk about different topics, more topics on Star Wars, whatever you want me to review, trailers, movies, theories, let me know by typing in the comments below. Send me a comment. And if you like my video, also hit the subscribe button, share my videos, let other people know about me. I'm just getting started. I'm going to be reviewing a lot more things. Also, go follow me on Twitter at Ryan Wheeler. Use the 3s as E's. I will see you next time.